like I had mentioned before, I do other projects for people, customers of mine. So I thought I would show you this one. This is a really nice keyboard. This is a Keton, and this is actually the Vega Live Performer. So this thing's old. We're probably talking 18, 20 years old. So, and it plays. So what happened was I was working on it, restoring it for him, and obviously there's no parts, there's no schematics. These are hand built, I think in Italy, because I noticed most of the markings are from Italy. So, and actually these were all smashed in. The display was down inside and this was smashed in. So I try to straighten it out as best I can. But anyways, I was done and I had tested it. You know, I was doing but then I noticed something went wrong, was these keys, and I've actually marked them. So what happened was, when you pushed them, they made a sound. When you pushed them again, they went a little bit lower. Again, lower, lower. And finally, with just these four, the sound disappeared completely. The other keys were fine. They would make noise, but these, when you pushed them, they wouldn't make any noise anymore. You'd have to turn it off, turn it back on, and they would come back for a few hits and then disappear. So I ohmed it out. I actually followed these. I replaced the pads underneath. So these are dual pads for light touch and then heavy touch. So there's a couple of pads for that. And I've changed those on other keyboards before. But this one was a little different because it turned out these were connected to 2 chips. And I replaced both of the chips. They're small. They're like... gosh, they're like MUX chips 74C 35, I think, D. And there was no wiring diagram, so I ended up having to ohm out the keypads all the way to the motherboard, and that's where the chips were. But it finally finished. You know, it's like a $2,000 keyboard right now. Back in the day, it was, I'm sure, 3 times that amount. But it's done. It was all smashed and beat up when it came in. And, you know, I told them I'd do it for them in my spare time. And I've actually had this for a few months because I didn't have much time to work on it. Even this was hanging out and falling on the ground. And a lot of stuff just wasn't right. But it works, and it's one of those programmable ones, and this is a Middle East person, so they do a lot of weddings and shows, and they do dance parties with it. So actually it sounds fantastic. I actually reconed the speakers because the speakers were all dry rot, so I put all new rings around the speakers. And what else was there? I think the speakers were reconed. I actually bought another set of speakers because I found there was an Italian maker who makes these speakers, and I have them on the side just in case these don't sound as good to him. So I told him I can replace them. So anyways, I gotta let him hear it first and see what he says. But it came out pretty good. A couple of months, and finally it ended up all done. Yeah, I was happy of it because, gosh, I've been working on this thing for so dang long. I was getting tired of seeing it for a while, but I'm sure he's going to be really happy. Gonna have a few belly dances coming up that he's got to do, so who knows.